look. Because we're driving. See my lip? You know, it looks worse than it feels. The only time I have to drink out of a straw. And when I drink my cup of tea in the morning, it's kind of like iffy because if I hit the lip, then it hurts. But other than that, I'm fine. I really am. It's just, luckily we have a mask because if I went into stores, people would think. And I told Jim, you better be good because I can go to the police department and say you hit me. File a police report. You wouldn't have a witness that said you didn't. But we're doing some running around. We went and looked at Jimmy's land, see where he's going to build his house. Not where we would want to live. But it's way out in the boonies. Yeah. It's just that's not for. I like a house right next door. Maybe right not next door, but like maybe a house away. But I need them a lot closer than that. And then we're going to go get some pool supplies. And then just see what else the day brings. But the next time you see me, I'll be singing birthday songs. Because Denise doesn't sing.
Yeah, thank
you. Well, I'm home now. Spent a lot of money. Money I didn't really want to spend, but I had to spend. But we do have birthdays. Today is Debbie Billman. B-I-H-L-M-A-N. So Debbie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Debbie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Heather, and her channel is called Heather Rose Up. It's Heather's birthday. That's such a pretty name. I like Heather. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And we can't forget Joan Johnson. Today's Joan's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope the three of you have a really good birthday. Oh, my ear is itchy. My lip looks worse, I guess. Jim says I still look, every time he walks by me, he goes, quack, quack, quack. Only my family can do it. My teeth are pretty much intact, so that was all I was worried about. Even as I was going down, I wasn't worried about anything but my teeth. This is kind of silly. That was the first thing that flashed in my mind. And when I fell down, it was the first thing I grabbed was my teeth. And then when I saw the blood, I thought, oh, because there was a little bit of blood. I thought, oh my gosh, my teeth. But then and then the one tooth that he just cemented in, oh, it's a good thing he did, because I probably would have lost that one. That one's cemented in, so that's pretty good. But like I said, it looks worse than it actually feels. The only time is like if I'm trying to drink something, or if I try to eat, I have to kind of like put it through the side of my mouth because it's still kind of swollen. Now today I have chapped lip and runny nose. I don't know if that has something to do with my sinuses or if it's just the weather. I don't know, but my nose keeps running. I know, where's it running to? I don't know. But anyway, so we looked at Jimmy's property because I wanted to show Denise. And then there's two ways to get there. And I forgot to tell her the shorter way to go. We took the longer way to get there. And she said, so this is a long way. And I go, yeah, but we got on the wrong. There's different ways to get on the ramp on the expressway. And we should have went the other way. But what do we have to do? We didn't have anything to do. So we went and looked at it. It was very peaceful, very quiet. Not for either one of us. Just Jim's dream home would be to live out there. No, it's too far from civilization as far as I'm concerned, but he's going to build. Then he got the bad news the other day is because he has a construction loan and they give you so much each time to, to do different things. And the loan that's supposed to come for digging the basement, which is almost his next step. He was hoping to do that at the beginning of June. They're 30 days behind on the applications, and so he doesn't think he's going to be digging his basement until July. So he was a little bummed about that because he wants to get as much of the outside done as possible because he wants to work on the inside during the winter. His goal is to move in next year, March or April. That's his ultimate goal, to get it finished by then. But not only is he building the house, he's also building a pole barn. So he has a attached garage being built onto the house. But lots of work ahead of him, that's for sure. But it's nice that he can do so much work by himself. And then he's got David to help. David's really anxious to get in there and start helping. But, And then Josh has only got 2 more weeks of school, and then he's going to graduate. He got a job. He's hoping it's a full-time job. Not his forever job, but a good full-time job until he finds out what he really wants to do. He kind of wants to go into taxidermy. But I don't know that you can make a living at that, but I'm supposing you can. But not in my area. I mean, I think if you live more in the hunting area, I don't know, maybe. But so he's going to explore his options with that. And then getting ready for all the graduation parties that are coming up this next month. And they're loosening the restrictions here in Michigan because I think we've reached 56% of our state has been vaccinated, fully vaccinated. So they're talking about going back into the offices, but then so many people don't want to go back into the offices because Christy, my daughter, is one of them because she likes just rolling out of bed and only having to worry about how you look from the waist up, being comfortable, not having the commute that she had to do. I mean, there's so many advantages to it. I really do think that things are going to change. You know, before then they would have said it could never be done at home. Like if you would have asked, they would have said it can't be done, it can't be done. But when they had to make it happen, all of a sudden it happened. Which is the same with weight loss. You always say it can't be done, it can't be done. But as soon as you start trying your hardest and get it going, it can be done. It really can. It's sometimes it's not the priority on your mind, but like right now, my losing weight is not really my first priority. My first priority is just enjoying my life and staying healthy, learning how to walk without falling down. That would be one of my main goals, is learn how to walk without falling down. But like I said, the only thing that really was hurt was my pride, my ego. It was, I don't know. Part of me was glad that she was there, the girl that saw me fall, because then she was able to help, you know, with getting, you know, holding the dogs while Denise helped me get up. I have metal knee replacements. Whenever I go anywhere, I set off the metal detectors all the time. I don't think they use metal anymore. And I think that they've advanced, because I had mine done in 2007 and 2008. I had it in November of 2007, December of 2007, and then November of 2008 I did the other one. But, and then I had a full, like, 5-6 week recovery. My cousin who lives in Minnesota just had his knee replaced, and he only had like a 3 or 4 week recovery, and he was like up and walking and that. And I think that, you know, like, what's that, 12, 13 years, they've made a lot of advancements. So it makes me feel a little bit better because they told me my knees are only going to last, supposedly, for 20 years. But that could have been because of my weight. Only because I was bone on bone so badly that they do it at my age, because I was 57 when I had my first knee done. And they don't like doing them when you're that young. But, and they don't like doing them when you're overweight either. And so I had promised the doctor I would lose weight, and, you know, it took me 5 years after that to really, no, it took me longer than that, because I did start to lose weight 5 years after that, but then I didn't keep it off. It wasn't until 2016, which was 9 years later, that I really got dedicated to really being on plan and watching what I eat and taking care of myself. But, so anyway, I just, like I said, I'm feeling very optimistic about my new plan of attack. I am trying to eat more like my pandemic self than my 2021 self. If you remember back when the pandemic was going on, I didn't eat any restaurant foods. I didn't eat, I cooked almost every single one of my meals. I cooked every one of my meals because I didn't get any kind of carry out of any kind. I bought my groceries online, so I didn't go and impulse buy, and just really tracked and really kept, and I had more activities keeping me busy. I've kind of fallen to the wayside. I haven't read in a long time. I've started 2 different books, but now I got to start them over again because I really forget where I left off. So I'm going to start my books again. Jim and I were outside today looking at the deck, trying to figure out, we have a really oversized umbrella, but all of our neighbors around us are either building a gazebo or a starts with a P. I know what it is, and it's not losing my mind. It's just how to pronounce it. I'll write it here what it is. I know what it is. It starts with a P, and it's like a gazebo, but it's like you can see right through it. But anyway, I know what it is. But we're thinking more like a gazebo with a roof on it, type of thing. Not a roof, but a canvas or something. Because we have the sun that comes all day. It's not like sometimes it might disappear behind some trees or something. We don't have that many trees in my neighborhood. But, so we're thinking about that. So we went outside and we were scoping that out. We're trying to figure out how we're going to place the furniture, where we're going to put the oversized umbrella. I kind of like to put it in the front of the house. because I do like sitting out in front of the house, but at night is when I like sitting outside in the front. But that's when the sun, because we face the west, and so the sun comes down and it just beats down, and it's kind of hard to sit out there. But we're throwing that around. And then, like I said, Denise and I, we decided to get our pool chemicals for the summer. She was just going to get like just enough to get started. I said, you can do what you want, but I don't like coming up here all the time because it's always crowded, which a lot of people in my neighborhood here have pools. So $350 later. But you know what? I'm set for the summer. I might have to go maybe in the middle of August or the end of August sometime just to pick up a couple bottles of chlorine or something. But for the most part, I think I'm pretty well set. I got the stuff to open the pool, and we don't open it till Memorial Day weekend. So I still got a couple weeks for that. And then, so then she got all of her chemicals too, because she said, you know what, you're right, I don't like coming up here all the time. And then when I was talking to the guy, he says, boy, you timed that perfectly. And he said, because they're going to be raising all the prices of the pool supplies because of demand, because people haven't been working to make the goods. So there's like a little bit of a not a complete shortage, but he said that the prices are going to go up. So I got that in time. Plus, years and years and years ago, back when I bought the first pool back in #86, they gave me a 10% off card that we call it, my family plasticized it. I put it like that plastic where you can keep it like to keep it from wrinkling, because it was just a piece of paper. And I whip that out every time, and he goes, oh, you're an old-time customer, aren't you? And I says, I'm not old. He says, I didn't mean it like that. He says, I just mean you've been a dedicated customer for a long time, because we haven't handed those cards out in like 20 years. And I go, yeah, I've had this one since 1986. He says, I can believe it. So I got 10% off. So I saved $35. It would have cost me $35 more. And so then I used it for Denise. I just paid for her chemicals, and then she paid me back. Because, $35, it's nothing to shake a stick at. And then we went over to Lowe's, and I got my bird food. I almost bought another bird feeder. It was so cute. It was like a little church. It was so cute. But then I thought, I haven't got any place to hang it. And then Josh had called because he's home with, he was sick with strep throat over the weekend. And he wanted her to buy him a McDonald's. And so she said, oh, I'm not buying you McDonald's because he hasn't started his job yet. He's not starting until June 1st, and so he doesn't have any money. And she's trying to teach him that, you got to work to get money. And she just, she didn't want to get McDonald's either because it would tempt her. And so their grandma, well, the one grandma obviously was my mother, which she died when they were like 5 and 6, so they don't really know my mother as a grandmother. And Gary's mother had a stroke probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and she got a little bit of Alzheimer's and stuff. She was really a severe stroke, and so she doesn't really do much with them because she doesn't really remember them because of her dementia. So they don't really have grandmas. And so I told Denise, when she hung up, I said, I don't want to get you mad. I said, but the grandma and me's coming out, and if you don't mind, I'll buy him his McDonald's. And she says, no, I don't care. And I said, because I know what it's like not to have a grandma. And she says, well, so do I. Because even though I had 2 grandmas, my one grandma lived in Boston and I never saw her. And my other grandma lived here in Clawson, which wasn't that far, but she didn't want to have anything to do with us. Not that she didn't want to have anything to do with us. We were old hat by the time we came around. My mother was the youngest of 9 children, or second youngest of 9 children. And I think I was like the 57th grandchild or something like that. Old news. Too many. Been there, done that. So... not to say that she was a mean grandma, because she wasn't. She just was a tired grandma, I guess. So whenever I can act like a grandma to Denise's kids, I try to act like a grandma to them. So, and Denise has no problem with that, so I do that. But Cindy's going to come over tonight because she needs to use my computer for some stuff that she's having a hard time doing on her computer. So I said, yeah. She doesn't have really good internet connection where she lives. So I said, yeah, okay, so she's going to come over probably with Alyssa. Then I'm going to find out what Alyssa wants for her birthday. We're not doing a family dinner this week. We're going to do Alyssa's birthday dinner next week. And then I have Sebastian and Oliver overnight on Friday because Danny's on a bowling league, and by the time he gets done, it's so late, I said just let them stay overnight. So he's on like a mixed league. So he said, okay, he'll do that. And then what else? Sophia went to school today. They have some kind of a program that she wanted to go in person to do. And so the way it works is the kids go to school They can either go virtual or go to school, like physically in person. And Sophia has asthma, so she does the homeschool. They don't go 5 days a week. The ones, because they go a day to school and then they stay home a day, and then they go a day and then they stay home a day, and then it just kind of works out. It's kind of opposite each week. Well, this week the ones that usually go to school aren't in school, but the ones that are home have the option of either going into the school or staying at home and doing whatever the assignment was. And Sophia wanted to go in to see some of her friends, and so that's what she's going to do. And then what else is going on? That's about it. So like I said, enjoy your life. Life happens so fast. It's just like in a blink of an eye, it's over with. I was watching something. Oh, The Good Doctor. I was watching that. And the one doctor was saying, like first your babies are born, and then in a blink of an eye they're a toddler, and then in a blink of an eye they're in high school or starting school, and then in a blink of an eye they're graduating, and in a blink of an eye they have their own family, and then in a blink of an eye you're like looking back and thinking, where did my whole life go? And that's really where I'm at right now. I don't know why. It just all of a sudden, I've never felt old. I really have never felt old. But I have to tell you, the fall made me feel old. It really did, because old people fall more than young people. I'm not saying young people don't fall, but they're able to recover a little quicker, and they might not, Jim told me I have to learn to stop, drop, and roll. I said I did roll, but unfortunately I skidded with my lip on the cement. But I don't know why, just lately. And I don't consider 70 to be old. I really don't. But I don't know why, but feeling my age these last couple days. So I got to snap out of it, because I don't want to feel old. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I truly want to be. Because if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me. I love that. How do these commercials stay in my mind? My baloney has a first name, it's B-O-L-A-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. And if you ask me what I love, I'll tell you right away. It's O-S-C, because Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A. I messed up a little bit of it, but that's pretty much of it. You're on the right track to 9 Mile and Mac. Roy O'Brien has the deals. Get your money back. Roy. Okay, now I'm going into local commercials. Anyway, I'm silly. I am silly, I know that, but you know what? I refuse to grow up. I really do, and I'm just going to put this fall behind me and stop thinking about it, because I am kind of dwelling on it. It's kind of hard not to when you look at your lip and you see it's all blue. And then you have people walking around going quack, 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 quack. But that's my family. I'd be disappointed if they didn't do that. I really would. But so if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm going to end it abruptly. Isn't that kind of abrupt? I thought so too. I'm going to end my video right now. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe and watch where you're walking. Talk to you guys tomorrow.